Do you know what time you were on in that replay?
I just killed it off.
I'll just fast forward it to around the same time.
Alright, we'll just go within, I think 8 minutes would be good.
Okay.
Fast forwarding as well. Sjow, dignitas.
Sincerest apologies for the technical difficulties. Graphics cards have a way of doing that sometimes, especially with Blizzard games.
Technology is the vehicle of esports. This kind of thing will occur once in a while. And, yeah, we must work with it. Good thing, though, we do have our backups.
Backups are awesome.
Indeed.
It's a good thing I didn't go grab dinner. Alright, so I'm sitting at 8:22.
Cool, alright.
It's approximately where we were.
I'll be there in a second. Okay, 8:24, that's close enough. Okie dokie, ready?
Yep.
Alright, let me turn on my in-game music. And let's get started. Welcome everyone, if you're just joining us, we're about to cover Stars War with these two great players, Dignitas, Sjow, and
Check Prime.
Check Prime, there we go. Alright, so here we go in 3, 2, 1. And welcome back as I bring it down from faster times 8. Here we go.
Right, so Sjow still has not scouted anything in check space, but that's fairly typical of him. He's actually quite good at kind of having a game sense of knowing exactly what his opponent is planning. He has a very good knowledge of the meta game, which is how he predicts his opponent's build orders and gets away with not scouting for so much of the game. He also plays very, very safe for the most part. I mean, we have 2 bunkers here of Marines at his natural, as well as a siege tank to defend any possible early pressure.
Yeah, his early game is really, I guess it allows him to be a bit defensive as well as aggressive with just having that 2 racks out there. Allows him to get all his Marines out, and if there is some kind of a rush of influx of Zerglings, he's positioned in such a way where he can really fall back. And now he is transitioning into siege tanks. It looks like his siege tank did complete and also getting stim upgrade as well. So really just starting to bolster his composition with upgrades right now. Looks like he does have shield too. Nice.
He seems to be going for a timing push, however, because he did go for the double tech lab instead of, single tech lab and 2 reactors, so he can research combat shield and stim at the same time. His stim is 3/4 of the way finished and combat shield just finished, so he should be ready to push out soon once his stim completes.
Yeah, looks like Check Prime just threw down his 3rd hatch. Is sending out overlords right now in terms of just to get that scouting out there. Also spraying out some good creep too, and even going for the gold rocks as well. So
Sjow
we'll
is
give him
going
more
for
options.
the early 3rd. He might take the gold, which of course is essential for Terran on this map. It's so easy to take the gold with the planetary fortress and siege tanks. So it really gives him a huge economy boost that makes Terran very, very powerful because they can turn out those tanks.
Looks like he's moving in right now. Was able to catch half of that bio ball there. Doesn't want to move in too much, though. He does spot the siege tanks that were deployed, so he does know what's going on in terms of just tech overall over there. Single Marine has gone to the 3rd base, though, and might be able to take out this overlord here. He does have stim. Could just finish that quickly off, but yeah. Moved in, took out a couple Marines. Looking pretty nice. Also, Spire about to finish, too.
Right, Sjow hasn't worked on either of these destructible rocks, and his command center is about to complete, so I'm actually not sure which baits he will take. I assume the gold, since that is what Terran generally like on this map, especially since he does have siege mode finished.
And looks like Sjow is going to move out here with that immense army. At the same time, we do see Check Prime moving in on the west side here. He does have Zelnaga vision, so he's able to spot that bit of army just out there. Looks like Sjow is going to go for that gold. He will be able to take it out almost immediately here. Has plenty of DPS to just roll out with. 3rd base from Check Prime is already up, and also double gassing too, so expect some gaseous units out in a bit.
Right, the current metagame for Zerg is very different from what it used to be. Infestors are used extremely heavily. With the new buff, Infestors are extremely good against Marines, since they do take down full Marine health without combat shield in 4 seconds. So we see them used heavily. A lot of their Zerg have been experimenting with Infestor Ling only builds. There's a single Marine at the 3rd of Check who has been taking out a lot of drones. He has 2 kills now. Still left unchecked. A few Zerglings are going over to clean it up now.
Yep, Check actually getting those Mutalisks out there was spotted too. And yeah, just more major transfers going on right now. That creep spread being quite godlike, yeah, just moving slowly towards the south right now. Even having a queen out there just for the sheer purpose of having those guys out. Missile turrets coming up too in the middle. Also a sensor tower. It's going to be very good just to tell what's going on in the middle. Especially if you don't have Zelnaga vision. Gotta be careful with those Marines, or with those mutas, excuse me.
+1 attack is nearly finished for Sjow, while Carapace is about halfway done for Zerg. He already has +1 attack, however. So he is a bit up on upgrades, and he's also completely dominating Sjow in terms of map control and scouting. He has a few mutas around the map and overlords everywhere spotting possible drops. So it'll be very difficult for Sjow to accomplish a drop. He might be able to snipe a few tanks with these mutas.
Does snipe the SCV building the missile turret. Might try to go for another one here. Yep, and he does right before it finishes too, just a couple pixels away there.
A lot of idle SCVs at the natural for Sjow right now. That's a huge blunder, actually.
Oh.
He has 5 idle SCVs.
Damn, yeah, you're right. I'm curious to see why, what he's going to do with that, how long it'll take to fix that up. Second engineering bay is coming up right now, so we'll be able to get plenty of upgrades at the moment, even more racks being thrown down too, so we're still focusing on that bio and siege tank composition. Carapace level 1 about to complete here.
Sjow really needs to start checking, checking Czech's creep spread, because it is, at his front door, at his third, and he really hasn't started scanning or getting a Raven to, start taking care of this, because if he gives Zerg this huge amount of mobility, his army composition will not do very well against Banelings.
Looks like we see a double expansion here from Czech Prime going for both of those sides on the west and the east. And we do see Sjow moving in there. A scan is thrown down, so he's able to snipe out plenty of creep tumors here. A huge amount, actually, so that'll just keep him off in a way. Might have seen that one infestor, too. But yeah, we do have infestors on the field, and also looks like we are seeing a greater Spire being morphed, too, so we will be seeing more Corruptors out in the field, and Broodlords quite soon after.
Surprisingly, though, with this huge amount of bases, Czech is really not very ahead. He's a tiny bit ahead in food. He is going to probably get ahead once he does get these 2 bases up. Sjow is playing amazingly passive, just allowing Czech to get all of these harvesters. He's starting to get a huge lead in harvesters, 68 to 56, and as soon as these 2 bases come up, he's going to have massive larva production and can just throw a lot of units at Sjow.
Sjow beginning to move up right now. We do see a tiny fungal growth being thrown down there, so he is going to be a bit more weary against those infestors. The mutants are moving in right now, hoping to get a snipe on a siege tank, are unsuccessful at all. And the siege tanks are able to shoot down a hatchery too, so the hatch will fall at the third high yield expansion.
I love that Sjow has actually split his Marines up. He has a little troop coming out to poke and defend his front tanks, and a second troop to stay back and make sure that his tanks are safe from muta sniping as he picks off this gold expansion.
Looks like a huge influx from Zerglings going in through the hallway right now. We'll be able to get a good surround on a couple of these units, but look at that. Using the medevac right now to pull up plenty of those guys off the ground. And oh, he does spot the plethora of banelings as well. And it looks like these mutas can take down these medevacs. Oh, gotta be careful. Another
Marines coming in to defend, though, does lose several mutas and a queen in that attack. Needs to be very careful about his mutas, because that is his only way to really deal with the drops and constant medevac harass that Sjow will be able to do with his mobility.
Yeah, looks like Prime's going to lose that third base at the 3 o'clock expansion. Oh, Ling has come in, just finished that right off. But yeah, Sjow really just starting to bleed out. So many units here on the left side.
Very even right now, but there are Broodlords out on the map heading to toward the tanks. Sjow needs to be really careful about what he does with his Marines. There aren't really that many infestors, but he does have enough energy for a few crucial fungals to take out any Marine trying to snipe Broodlords.
Oh, excellent. Looks like he was able to pull, he actually had Sjow move all his Marines to the right side. At the same time, we do have the Broodlords moving in, sniping out plenty of siege tanks here. But wow, those Broodlords are going to be in huge trouble, actually. These Broodlords did not move away at all. Great fungal, though.
Czech needs to move out with the rest of his forces right now to defend those Broodlords. That was an excellent fungal. All of those units are in the red. Those Broodlords should be able to take care of a lot of these Marines right now.
Yeah, each Broodlord can just stab him just once and it'll just fall apart. But yeah, hatchery is down at the golds. Likewise, they're at the 9 o'clock expansion, relying on that expansion at the 3 o'clock. Here come a huge plethora of just ground units moving in right now, but can't move in too far though. These are the huge siege tanks, well, huge number of siege tanks just up there set up by Sjow.
Right,
now
so
moving
somewhat, it was somewhat subtle, but actually when Sjow sieged his tanks, that was a very dangerous move because there were Broodlords. All of the Marines get almost all the Marines get taken out on the left.
That was a ton of banelings. Just cleaning him right up there. Wow, he lost so many Marines. That was so bad. A few more fungals are being thrown down here. These siege tanks are spaced apart.
So Sjow has a definite advantage right now. He basically won that fight earlier at the third because when he sieged the tanks, he purposely targeted them on the spine crawlers because if he hadn't done that, the splash damage actually would have killed all of his marines with the broodlords around. Another group of marines going to the third now, getting taken care of, but Czech is kind of contained and really can't expand anymore. Needs to rely on his base at the right side for economy.
Using those broodlords very well though, as he is able to snipe out a few of the siege tanks one by one. We're just seeing Sjow right now, just moving tiny bits of units, trying to get as much harassment as done as possible.
Ooh, Czech going for a counterattack at the third, sneaks right by the sensor tower, but rocks are still up, so he really can't do anything with those Zerglings.
Nice lift, but he should be able to take out that, wow, that 3 health. Okay, he does finish it off thanks to those mutas. But yeah, that one hatchery is falling low on health very fast, and looks like Sjow is actually retreating now with this group of units. Doesn't want to keep on engaging there, just losing unit after unit. Another siege tank will get sniped off here thanks to those links we did see earlier on that were moved away.
Czech has done a great job of pushing Sjow back. He basically has command of his gold area right now, and he's still safe at his right side. Sjow is going in with a few marines right now, but that's not going to be enough to take it out with the spine crawlers and lings there to defend. He needs to kind of take care of this creep trail because that is what is allowing Czech to keep his command of the space with these Zerglings.
Sjow letting more siege tanks being sniped off like that. Ouch. Yeah, very important that those creep tumors are still there, and there he goes, dropping his cannon and cleaning house.
Another push on the left side with siege tank trying to take the third.
Wow! He actually cleans it right up there and continues to move in.
Way too late on that one.
Planetary is up though, and yeah, Sjow really unable to capitalize too much there on that third base.
Surprisingly, Sjow just did not make enough Vikings to take care of these broodlords. The corruptors should be able to clean them up perfectly, and broodlords will be able to just run around and do as they wish. There are very few siege tanks left for Sjow, although they are harassing this third, have taken out the third expansion of Czech, but he's still on 3 mining bases right now.
Yeah, they're just beautiful watching these broodlords right now as they are slowly decimating that planetary fortress. So, a couple of SCVs finally being pulled back here, trying to repair it, and he is slowly just taking it down. There we go. Finally, the Marines are stimming in, trying to snipe off these corruptors. But yeah, the broodlords really just holding him back, preventing him from moving in and really doing too much damage here.
Kind of going for a slow base trade. Czech needs to pull back and clean up this drop. He has nothing cleaning up this drop and is taking out all of his mining bases. If he continues to lose his bases and harvesters, he's going to lose this game. He needs to pull back right now. There's no way he's going to be able to push that planetary fortress with the SCVs repairing it.
Yeah, so he does maintain the planetary fortress's life there, and Sjow doing a lot of extensive damage to base number 2. The third base we saw there by the rock formation was taken down quite fast, and yeah, needs to clear this out as fast as again here. Looking at the drone count, 38 to 46 at the moment. So
expecting Czech to GG soon, actually, because Sjow just took out his natural and is about to take out his last mining base. He only has the gold right now, and really no gas income.
He needs to maintain this this 3 o'clock expansion right now, but really the forces are so out of position. These drones are going to be yeah, taken out. He does try to pull him back to the south, and he will stay in this game though. It looks like 3 broodlords, and that's about it. All he needs to do is just stim these marines on in. Try to scare him away, but wow, actually not paying too much attention there.
Well, Czech is just, I don't know, he played well in some respects, but he's made a lot of poor decisions, like not cleaning up certain drops at crucial times when he could not afford to lose those bases. He's losing a lot of broodlords now to these Vikings because he doesn't have enough corruptors left. He morphed too many broodlords at once, although they are doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, he has a ton of broodlords right now, and that's actually allowing him to just control the pacing here a bit. He's lacking corruptor numbers though, and actually does finish off that little bit of a dogfight there.
Sjow is about to take a 4th base, which will be his only money base because the gold is really nearly mined out with broodlords harassing it heavily. So once he gets that base, he'll be able to get back on economy as soon as he sets his SCVs to mine.
Yep, Czech Prime. Yeah, getting that 3rd base right now. Also, the rock formation base is getting harassed by a couple of Zerglings. Finally being forced right now to pull back all of those broodlords. Needs those corruptors out there. They do get in there, but not fast enough though.
Surprisingly, Czech has actually kept himself in this game despite the constant harass because Sjow just hasn't been macroing that hard. I mean, he has been like on top of keeping his unit production up, but he hasn't been expanding as much as he needs to. Obviously, he needs his 4th base with his gold nearly mined out. I mean, his natural has a single mineral patch with 100 minerals left right now. So they're both kind of starved to death, and he's actually letting Czech Prime take the right side 3 o'clock expansion. Although he's trying to push up and take it out right now. Needs to clean up these Zerglings so he can actually take that final base.
Yep, Zerglings will be scared right out of there, so he will be able to redeploy that overload command. The third base slowly starting to flourish yet again as the drones are returning.
Both players having surprisingly low APM right now. Czech is actually pushing out with Brood Lords with almost no ground backup. He's bringing in pretty much everything else he has with these Brood Lords. Knows he needs to take out this base in order to win this game.
Infestors aren't up there. Oh, but yeah, Vikings are coming up. They are actually fungal growth, so they are going to be held in position here. And Zergling's even moving in right now. They might be able to clean this up. Yeah, with the help of the Brood Lords, he has finished off that ground army there from Sjow, and he's going to be able to take out this, or at least prevent that orbital command to continue mining. Really enjoying those queens and what they're doing over there, dropping down those transfuses. They are keeping each other alive right now. And yes, Sjow is denied that expansion yet again. Beautiful.
Right. Czech is doing an awesome job of keeping Sjow contained. I mean, Sjow just did not expand when he was ahead, basically. He let himself kind of get starved to death, even though he did do a ton of damage to the Zerg and take out a ton of bases. He's letting Czech kind of expand again because he's losing the defense he needs to get his own bases.
Looks like he was trying to go for that third high-yield expansion base. Actually going to be able to lose these guys here. Needs more anti-air. Nice transfusion there to keep those Brood Lords alive. And finally the Corruptors come into play here just to hold those guys off. But yes, another base for Czech Prime does go back up there at the rock formation at the very top left. So we'll see how that economy works out for him. 33 to 20 harvesters.
Czech is actually has a really nice position in this game. I mean, obviously he's the only one with a mining base. Sjow has an income of 64 right now. So there's he finally lands his base, drops some mules, of course. But since he only has 2 orbitals and one of them is floating, he doesn't have that many mules.
Man, such a sexy planetary fortress. 113 kills right now. Jeez. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like Czech Prime doing some great stuff, starting to come back into this game.
Fourth for Czech on the left here. Gets cleaned up before he can take out the hatch, though, unfortunately. It's actually a huge waste of a drop, because Czech had the ability to take it out easily, and Sjow could not afford to lose those units. He needs every unit he can get right now since he has no economy. Zergling's coming in and poking in at the natural of Sjow. Picks off an extractor of all things, surprisingly.
Yeah, just nipping away right now at his Terran foe Sjow. Sjow actually dropping here at the 3 o'clock with Vikings. Look at those Corruptors.
Corruptors are just waiting for them to lift off. These things cannot stand up, but there's
like
no
piranhas.
We got these Vikings, so they're actually going to pick off that hatch. But nevertheless, Czech Prime is still on 2 mining bases.
2 upgrades on the Zerglings right now. They are slowly nipping away, and wow, the Vikings actually do clean up house here and take out the 3 o'clock base.
Zerglings go for a counterattack on the production units.
Gotta be careful of that planetary fortress, but yeah, he is taking down the production structures one by one, and G-Bay will fall down soon. Sjow forced to lift orbital command too, but really though, these 2 bases were mined out. This is becoming a
It's epic. 1 mule mining and just a little bit of gold left. There's really no way he can win this.
This is pretty amazing just checking this out here. And that planetary is still alive.
Queens are gonna come over and pick them off, I think.
Yeah, where are those guys?
Sjow almost left. I don't know.
Wow, but these players are really doing incredible damage to each other's economy, like non-stop here. We are seeing another drop here with those Vikings. Third base from Prime, the top left, starting to flourish once again.
I don't think you can base trade fast enough with just 2 Vikings, you know? Just saying.
Vikings finally brought back here to deal with the Zergling menace in his mains. But yeah, a bit too late though, as he has cleaned up everything. It's as if the map never had minerals on it, and nothing else either.
Maybe he's just trying to wear Czech out at this point. Neither player has really much HPM. I mean, Sjow is just sitting around at 50 APM, kind of floating things around, try to drag it out, maybe tire out Czech Prime. Trying to land a base sneakily over at the left, but a drone is going to spot this. Czech should shut this down, no problem. He has, 9 Corruptors, actually. Still, Roaches cleaning up these Vikings. There's absolutely Sjow can do.
He spots the 9 o'clock is there, and he is moving those Zerglings out. Really though, what does he have in terms of units? He has 1 Broodlord, he has 5 Roaches, and 10 Corruptors. And the SCVs are now mobilizing to the 9 o'clock.
14 Marines, 5 Vikings, and 16 SCVs. Although he does have a 140 kill planetary fortress.
It's like being a kid and looking at the change you have in your pocket, hoping you can buy some ice cream, really. It's like so little in terms of units, but he really needs to make this blast.
I mean, Czech has 38 harvesters. He can literally just sit back, kind of remacro his harvesters. He has a few idle probes or idle drones in his main. He is taking more bases. Just needs to work up a little bit, a small force that's strong enough to take out everything.
Here
Which
come the
is like,
Zerglings, and this looking, yep, might be the end here. So yeah, another expansion denied. Sjow could try to go for the rock expansion down here on the bottom right again. Looks like there was a drop too going down here at the 3 o'clock high yield base, but just cleaned up fast. But really though, this game is pretty damn crazy.
this is kind of a classic tournament tactic. I mean, there's a huge prize on the line here, so he doesn't want to lose the series. And he's basically kind of like relaxing, trying to get his thoughts back together, get collected again before he plays the next game, while trying to kind of wear check out with these little cute pushes. Obviously, his 140 kill planetary fortress is protecting 400 minerals right now. There's all he has is 5 barracks and a factory, well, and 2 orbitals. But he's building a bunker at his fourth. He's trying to take this space finally. He's gonna try and kill this Zergling with his SCVs, or run away and let the Marines take care of it.
Yeah, finally the economy is coming back for both guys as they are re-expanding for almost the 3rd time to all these locations. We actually see Czech Prime moving in right now. Coming in from the top, the planetary fortress is able to lay down some heat.
Right. I mean, decisive battle, cleaning up the rest of Show's forces. Still
And the Zerglings don't care about the PF.
I mean,
And
maybe
there we
he
go.
wants to wait. And that's what he can do.
Yeah, and there you go, guys. Wow. Game 1 between Sjow and Czech Prime.
He was in a commanding position for a long time. His drops did so much damage, but he just didn't keep up his macro.
Yeah,
He could have taken that 4th base, 15 minutes before he tried.
He looked so good early on too. Czech Prime was in just such an awkward position, but he just kept on getting that base over and over again. It looked like he was being choked from getting like any kind of economy going on, but really just turned the tables completely there by getting those Brood Lords as fast as he could, and just denying those drops over and over again from Sjow, or any kind of harassment.
Kind of made a crucial mistake. He knew about the base on the right side and never really, killed it. He could have constantly drop harassed there while he had that commanding position on the left. That base on the right basically kept Czech alive, while his 3rd and Gold were being harassed constantly.
Yeah, but damn, that was a nice series. Can't wait for the next game here. Alright, so let's go load this up. Oh man, I love looking at replays. They're so spoilerific. Here we go. Alright, so just tell me when you're ready and we'll get started.